What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another
damn podcast.
Presented by
our damn selves.
227.
227.
No place like home, damn it. I mean, no place, Al.
Mary.
When your family's around, you're never alone.
The spoken word edition, I guess.
Shout out Mary and Pearl and Sandra. What was the other name and shit?
Who was the other one?
Olivia was her name on Sesame Street. I can't think of her name.
Rose.
Thank you. I was like,
Rose. Yeah, okay. She was married to the Predator.
Evan Peter Hall, because
Hall,
yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. I'm glad you said that. I couldn't think of his name.
I think both of them have passed now. Rest in peace.
They have.
They both
Mm-hmm.
And the Oscar winner Regina King.
Legend.
227, yeah. Who would have
Calvin, who I had, which we'll call it. Calvin was his name. I had a crush on Calvin back in the day. Brenda's boyfriend. Don't ask me why. Don't judge me, okay, guys? Don't judge me, please.
Lester, let's go, man.
Lester?
Not about Lester. How you gonna hate on
from
Lester?
Good Times. I mean, not from Good Times. Speaking from Severance.
He also was on Good Times. I think
the eviction person. On the first episode,
when they were getting evicted, eviction blues, whatever it was.
The project.
He was the one evicting them. Lester was evicting him from the project.
You gotta come up with this $34, or you out at $5, whatever he was like. Yeah.
Shout out Lester. Not even his name. We're gonna call him Lester. We're talking about the TV show 227. For those that don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Yeah,
he was like, what?
The black sitcom from the 80s starring Marla Gibbs and Jacques.
She would say Mary. She always call that Mary because she was real sassy and everything.
They used to sit on the stoop and gossip all day. That was the
show. Because 227 was the apartment where they lived. It was an apartment building, 227. So
it was written by a chick from Chicago, actually.
Yeah, Christine Houston.
Thank you. I was like, what's her name? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because Mom had met her later, and Mom had got to know her.
I met her a couple of times too.
Yeah, Miss Houston. Yeah. So it was.
Mom was excited. Like, yeah, she wrote 227.
She wrote 227. She was like, she wrote 227.
So at the time, I was like pursuing acting at that time too. So Mom was trying to make some magic happen, but
yeah. Yeah. So she did write that, and it was loosely based on her play.
And then
that's a play, yeah.
Stuff happens. It does be like What's Happening is loosely based on Cooley High. A lot of good stuff comes from Chicago. Eric Monty, another Chicago product. I'm just saying,
Chicago.
A lot of talent comes from this city. I'm just saying, including the two of us, a lot of talent comes from this city.
Remember these faces. Remember these faces because we're going to be around for a while. Remember these faces and our voices. Remember, well, they know your voice because you've been doing radio forever, so they know your voice.
Guess who I'm not proud to say is from Chicago? Robert Sylvester Kelly.
The turn I made.
We ain't new at this.
We went to Chicago. Yeah,
that's what we call a segue in the radio game.
Segue.
That's a segue. We ain't new at this.
And it has to be a smooth transition.
Yeah. We found a way to tie 227 and R. Kelly together. We figured it out. we
knew. Who knew you could do that? We did.
For those that haven't been paying attention for the last week or so, R. Kelly found guilty. Racketeering, human trafficking. I forgot all the charges. I don't have them in front of me.
Wasn't it 8 charges he had? I want to say.
I don't have them in front of me.
I want to say it was 8 different charges because, I can say that I didn't watch any of the trial. I did not. I read some of the.
Was the trial? I'm not even sure if it was airing. I know I saw some drawings. I don't even know if they had cameras at the trial.
Well, maybe they were, but I know I read recaps. That's what I did. I just was reading recaps as it was going on, and just after reading some of them on Sunday, I'm like, okay, this is too much. I'm like, I can't some of like the description of like what they were saying he was doing, I was like, okay, I can't read this shit. I was like, I can't read this. I was like, I'll just, whatever the outcome is, whatever the verdict states, I'll just, see what that is. But reading the details of, all the, incidents that did occur over the last, almost 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
These have been going on for a long time. All these allegations.
Racketeering and sex trafficking. I don't have each and every charge in front of me right now, but 8 counts of sex trafficking and guilty of racketeering. Yeah, I'm just trying to find all of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And racketeering. So that's what it was. 8 counts of sex trafficking. I guess 1 count of racketeering. I'm guessing that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I found so far. If that ain't it, then let me know.
And sex trafficking is a real thing. Like, we see it all the time, like where it's like young children, like a lot of, and I hate to say this, a lot of our girls, like Black girls, are missing, and they wonder if they've been sold into sex trafficking. Because it's a whole culture of that. It's a whole culture of that. And that's why it's a big push to get these girls home, to get these kids home. Because it's like, you may have been missing like 4 years. Your parent doesn't know they're out their mind, but meanwhile, you're over here and they just have no clue that you're there. And there's even been people who have saved people. I saw a story about a flight attendant where a guy was flying with a girl, and she said she could just tell that something was off about them when she was like, come on, like the man was answering for the girl, like when she was just coming around asking, do they want their pop or want their snack or whatever, and he was just answering for everything for her. So then when she found a moment, she basically slipped her something, like wrote it on a napkin, and then she told her to go to the bathroom. When she went to the bathroom, then she told her to leave something, basically like a code to basically show that if you're in trouble, leave this to let me know you're in trouble. And then when she went in the bathroom, the girl had left that. And then she let the pilot know, and then they landed the plane, and then they were able to arrest the man because he had kidnapped the girl. She was part of the sex trafficking, and he was trying to sell her into that. And and they were able to arrest him.
The whole storyline arc is on the Chi. I don't know if I want to spoil it, but yeah, one of the characters does get abducted, and she's basically a sex slave, and that's like the arc for that season. It was like, pretty deep. Yeah. Like, I was like, okay, this is getting real in this bitch now.
This is like what you need to show. Like, you need to show everything isn't always going to be like that's the one thing I will say about sitcoms that we grew up in, like the 80s, the 90s, even, like they had their very special episodes, but they didn't delve, like, you know what I mean? They didn't really delve into like the dark. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, like maybe somebody smoked a joint. Ooh. Like, okay, they smoked a joint.
Cosby not smoke a joint. They found an unsmoked joint in Theo's book.
That's as
deep as they went for the drug game on the Cosby Show. They found a joint in Theo's
that wasn't even smoked
history book or whatever it was. That's what it was. That's as close as they touched the drug shit with that one.
Now, what's the call went a little deep when Different Strokes did with Dudley got molested. That was a deep. That was a deal. That was a deal. That was a deal.
Yeah, they actually did a pretty good job. Like, you could have done without the laugh tracks, obviously, but it was
the laugh track was horrible. The laugh track was awful.
Back in the 80s, they had laugh tracks.
The laugh track was awful.
They were inappropriate and shit. Yeah, but other than that, they went there. It's like, it was like, okay, this is definitely.
And it was very realistic. I said, once again, like I said, we're not new at this. Once again, somebody who seemingly is like fun and this and that, like, he was a guy. I have the bike shop, and he was juggling, and he was fun and really appealing to the kids.
The kids loved him.
Right, exactly.
All the kids did that on purpose. Yeah.
All the kids loved him.
Yeah, and he's awesome. Yeah, like all the kids loved him. Yeah.
And then the first sign that it was something like fishy is when he gave them pornographic books to look at.
Yep.
Say, okay, why are you giving? They were like 11 or something.
Yeah,
they were young
kids. Stashed them porno in with the comics.
And comic books.
When they found it, and he's like, hey, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, don't be ashamed. There's nothing wrong with being naked. Yeah, because they thought they were in trouble. And he said, no, the naked body is nothing to be ashamed of.
And then on top of that, he gives these kids alcohol.
Yeah,
he gives the kids alcohol.
He gave them wine, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, so if an adult is like letting kids look at porn and giving them alcohol, it's like you need to not be around children ever if you're going to do that to kids. You need to be a registered sex offender. You need to not ever be around children ever in your life. But so the whole thing with the Robert Sylvester Kelly, what exactly? Like I said, we broke down what trafficking is. Now, what exactly is the racketeering? What exactly is that behind that concept? What exactly is that?
No, that's usually like mob connected. I want to get the exact definition.
Yeah, because I want to give have like the exact definition about racketeering, because people just hear the word and it's like, okay, what is that? Like, and they keep on trying.
Google racketeering. Why did R. Kelly's picture pop up? That's hilarious. I'm not making this up. You think I'm making this shit up?
Oh
check this shit out.
No,
You're making this up.
Google is petty.
Making this up.
Okay. Racketeering is a
charge often connected to organized criminal activity involving several people. It doesn't refer to a specific crime, but rather a way of thinking about and prosecuting a variety of crimes. Okay, so it's basically like
it's an umbrella. It's basically like an umbrella of like,
we can't that's what they do with mob bosses. Okay, we don't have you on a specific charge, but yeah, we just put racketeering. That'll cover everything. Kind of like a catch-all type term. Okay, right. Racketeering is it. Another like one. What's another? RICO is like one they call that they charge mob bosses with too. Like another. Like, it's like I think the R in RICO might be racketeering. I don't know yet, but RICO was another.
Why are they petty?
I was like, why R. Kelly's picture?
I'm still laughing at Google. Google is petty for that. They're super petty. They're super petty for that. They are. So one of the things that stood out to me that I read in the recap, when they said that the reason, like a witness who testified as to why R. Kelly married a 15-year-old Aaliyah Dana Houghton, why he married her, was because they believed that it was under that assumption that he believed that she was pregnant.
Yeah, which is that I just learned about that during the trial.
Right, and that's what I
knew that R. Kelly married Aaliyah.
Married her in '94. We knew this in '94.
Why, but like the she testified is like, because he thought she was pregnant.
Exactly. And when I read that,
it makes sense like why he did.
When I read that, I was like, so that's the reason why he married this child. It wasn't like a girl, let's just get married. Like you guys were like drinking and you guys were like, I love you too. Let's go get married. It wasn't that. It was like, I thought I got this child
Britney
pregnant.
Spears, who's also been in
exactly. I thought it was something like that. Yeah. But it wasn't like, it wasn't that. It was, I thought I got this child pregnant. So to cover my ass, I'm going to marry her. So that way, wives can't testify against their husband. They can't.
Yeah, that way, if some shit goes down, you can't get him for statutory rape because if he's married to her, she can't. You can't put her on the stand and force her to testify. As a wife, you can't do that. So he was covering his tracks. That's what the marriage was for.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God.
She wasn't pregnant. That's when the annulment happened. I'm assuming that's what I'm assuming. Yeah.
And my thing is, now that we know this information, why was R. Kelly still? Why did the R and R&B happen? Why did TP2 happen? Why did Happy People? Why did Step in the Name of Love? Why did Chocolate? Why did all these albums happen after that? He married a 15-year-old. To the life of me, I'm like, now that we know why, it's like, why wasn't his career over when he married a 15-year-old? Why?
Still tripping over the acquittal with a fucking video.
And then to make matters worse, you go and you do
that the whole world saw.
You have a videotape of you with sexual activity and urinating on a 14-year-old. It's a videotape. I never saw it. It's a videotape though.
I'll never admit to seeing it. No.
It's a videotape out there, and it's like, how? Like, so now I guess, like I said, 3rd time's the charm, or 3 strikes you're out, right? Like, yeah, because they was like, okay, we got you this time, motherfucker. Like, basically, we got you.
From 10 years to life, like, I don't know how these charges are going to land, but He could be R. Kelly could be gone away for a long time. Like,
I don't think he's going to get life because just the way our system is with celebrities.
Maybe the 10 years, something like that.
I think he might get somewhere between 10 and 15.
Maybe the 10.
If I was to guess, somewhere between 12 and a half. It's going to be something like that. I don't think he's going to get more than that. Like if he gets more than 15 years, I would be shocked. I would be legit shocked if he got more than 15 years.
But guess what? Y'all want to know my opinion on this because I've been very quiet about this. I have no sympathy whatsoever for R. Kelly.
There it is.
I feel sorry for that dude. So there it is. Those that are wondering what the Oz man thinks, because I got people ask online and
what's Oz? What do you think?
In my class asked me what you think about R. Kelly? I was like, I told him listen to the podcast. So I'm gonna talk about that podcast this weekend, I guess. So I'm not answering it right now, but I'm doing my podcast.
And I've been kind of mum too with my details. I've been kind of mum about how I feel. But I've seen like several people. I've seen mixed reviews on my timeline for both people who are R. Kelly enthusiasts and people who are not R. Kelly enthusiasts. I have both on my timeline.
Pretty because we in Chicago, so I expect that. Probably in other cities, it's probably more fuck R. Kelly, like in other cities.
Yeah, because like when
Chicago is pretty close. Like
when they post I'm like in the natural hair group, so it's like people from all around the country in that group, and like certain groups that I'm in. And when they post a link about R. Kelly, all the like comments just tend to be like, fuck that dude. Basically, like most of the comments are free, but they're around
Chicago and more of a Chicago, and I think it's not just Chicago, but like Gen X / millennial thing too. Like, grew up on R. Kelly's music, so it's like Chicago and of a certain age, because the boomers seem to be like, fuck R. Kelly. Yeah,
the boomers. Like, mom would be like, yeah, he's sick. Mom would probably be like, yeah, whatever.
And the youngsters probably don't give a shit about R. Kelly.
Yeah, because they're like, he hasn't really done much. Like to them.
Not, it might be indifferent. It's like, whatever.
Yeah. But you're like our age group. So like, basically, if you're like from 50 to like 28, basically. Like that age group from 50 to like 28, you're like,
That's when it's split pretty even down the middle. Either like fuck him or all right, Rob's my guy. It's like either or. It's either fuck him or it's like one.
Here's a problem that I have with the people who are diminishing what has happened. It's like, now this is me, just like I said, this is my thoughts. Okay. No one's saying that you have to delete your Spotify playlist. No one's saying that you have to not listen to R. Kelly.
The next big thing now, people are talking about either canceling his music or that I'm rocking with it no matter what. If you like it, fine.
Yeah. And then people go into, well, if you go there, then you can't listen to the songs that he wrote because he wrote for other people. And people get into that. And it's like, here's the thing about that. No one's saying delete your Spotify, your Pandora, whatever you got, whatever your listening choice is. No one's saying to do that.
And me personally, I can separate the art from the individual. R. Kelly just kind of sucks to me. That's why I don't mind his music being canceled, because his music is kind of trash and shit. Yeah, but
can you tell me why we did it? You ain't like that, us?
My mind's telling me no. We're gonna bury it. I wish I had my shovel, because I'm ready to go on R. Kelly.
I've been trapped in the closet.
Yeah, like trapped in the closet was like that was
awful. Remember, he said it was awful when that song first came out. He's like, what the hell is this? This is terrible. He's like, it's awful.
Niggas sat and listened to 23 parts of that shit. You got nothing better to do with your time. Listen to 23 parts of that awful shit. Yeah.
But that's my thing.
But once again, like I said, I still like the Cosby Show. I still like Fat Albert, and some of them Weinstein movies were lit and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but
does that absolve them of what they've done? No, no.
Especially Weinstein, he's a piece of shit.
Especially Weinstein, he's a piece of crap. Yeah. Like, he did this to like women. He probably been doing this since the 70s to women. He's probably been doing this since the 70s. He probably has. Yeah. Like, he's a fucking creep. He is.
If you're a fan of R. Kelly's music and you want to rock it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one's telling you that you have to You have to cancel him. Don't listen. But my thing is, stop diminishing his crimes. Stop being like he like a super. He didn't touch me or mine, so I'm a no. People have actually said that. I'm like, oh my god.
Girls my age say it's like, yeah, we all were doing that.
We all did it.
How many who didn't have an older boyfriend when they were in high school?
Lean in. Let me tell you a little secret. If you had an older boyfriend, you were a teenager, you got molested too. You got groomed too. You were perped on too.
And yours is even worse. At least with R. Kelly, he had money. It was probably some broke Negro that smashed you back in the day. Some dude working at 7-Eleven.
Working at Arby's. We have the meats.
We have the meat. He gave you y'all. He gave
you the meats.
You had the meat. God damn it! Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then okay. Speaking of, I said, "Here, see, we're not doing this. You know, we just brought up Arby's and meat." Then somebody, I saw this in the meme. Y'all still eating at Subway after Jared, so I'm gonna still listen to R. Kelly. Okay, let me attack that. Let me attack that. That meme. Let me debunk that meme. So
you could have came up with a better Subway diss.
A better comparison.
A better Subway diss. Like Subway got a lot of other things wrong with him besides Jared. But go ahead.
Okay, so Jared was Subway's mascot because he did lose a tremendous amount of weight by doing the Subway diet. So of course they played him as a
something he did on his own. Like he did on his
own.
He just decided, I'm gonna eat nothing but Subway, and worked out. Like, don't get it wrong, he worked out too. Yeah,
he said I'm gonna work out and eat,
exercise and all of that, and then like all he ate was Subway. That's the only
and a specific Subway sandwich, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. That's all he ate, and then he exercised. And it is some truth to that. Like if you do start by limiting what you eat, and like if you start counting and doing that, then you can lose weight because you're not putting like, okay, one day I'm having a gyro. Then I'm having this deep dish pizza. Then I'm having like if you just
do it like that, it's easier to like track your calories because I know when I lost tracking calories is what worked for me. So like if you do chicken teriyaki, let's say a foot long is like 500 calories, something like it's something not less something like that, 500 calories,
600 calories, yeah.
So yeah, if you eat one for lunch and one for dinner, that's 1,200 calories for the whole day. See what I'm saying? Yeah,
exactly.
So that's well below
your 2,000
calories.
And then if you just drink water, so then you're not putting pop or alcohol or anything in your body, your juice. You're drinking water.
A Subway for lunch and a Subway for dinner, and then just drink water throughout the day. Maybe have a piece of fruit or something as a snack.
For breakfast, yeah.
So your calorie intake is like
it's going to be low, right?
Under the 2,000 calories.
So Jared,
that's how you lose weight. It's like because you only eat that much, and then you working out, you're burning it. Yeah, so that's how you.
So Jared did do that, and then he got him a job and everything, which he had a golden opportunity. Everything was going great, right? No, but Jared was a fucking creep. He had child pornography. He was
R. Kelly before R. Kelly.
This idiot had child pornography in his house, and he was To Catch a Predator. He was like trying to meet like underage children, like To Catch a Predator. That's what Jared was doing. As soon as
that's why it's so creepy. You remember the movie Super Size Me with the guy? He ate nothing but McDonald's. Like he was the anti-Jared. He ate nothing but McDonald's for like a month and got fat as hell, basically. He was like, but they still like Jared is shown in that documentary, and he's out of high school. I'm like, oh, this hasn't aged well. It's a scene with Jared in the high school, like talking to the kids. Like,
it's probably like
that is not aged well. It's
like probably like this, like that
scene is not aged well at all.
What a creepy. What a fucking creep.
High school scene and shit. Jeez.
I just picture Chris Hansen coming in like, how don't you have a seat? I just picture him coming in doing that. But no, though. But the moment that Subway got that, as soon as the feds came in on Jared, it was the feds. They came in, they came in swarming his shit because when it's child porn, they get your computer. It happened to somebody at my old job. They were looking at child porn, and they had to get the computers. I wasn't there when it happened that day, but from what I heard, they was like, they had to go and get the work computer and everything. So but. Subway, as soon as it happened, they released their statement. Jared is no longer affiliated. We have no affiliation with him. They got him the fuck out of there.
The fuck out of there.
They didn't even entertain it. They didn't even say, well, he's innocent until proven guilty. They didn't do none of that. They said, He is not affiliated with our franchise.
Our employee, they didn't say none of that shit. It's like they got him the fuck out of there.
They got him out. And if you look at any of their campaigns, he's been erased from existence. Like he completely got erased. Like you would never even know Jared was even there. Now they have Michael Strahan, Subway, Eat Fresh. They got Michael Strahan doing it, and
even John
other
Cena,
people. John Cena, yeah.
Commercial, yeah. Eat Fresh.
Wasn't Steph Curry on one? I think.
Steph, I think, is doing them now.
Yeah,
he might be doing them now. Tom Brady, I think, is in them coming now. I think Steph and Brady are doing the current ad campaign.
And if you look at the choices they picked, Steph Curry, Tom Brady. Those are like the two wholesome guys in like each
Golden
of their
boys,
respective, in their respective sports. Steph is the golden boy in basketball.
They both
Tom
family,
both
family men and
both
all that.
Family men got beautiful wives with beautiful kids.
They religious, they both
they're very deeply religious.
Christian ties like that, yeah.
Got them the fuck out of there. So look at who they got representing them now. These family men who don't have any scandals behind them, who are family men who are come home every night, who are golden boys in their sports.
And our winners. Both won.
And our winners. Multiple championships. They're both winners. And they're both going to be cemented as, like I said, Brady may be called the greatest to ever do it for quarterback.
Already. I can fucks with that. Steph is top 10.
And Steph is one of the greatest to ever do it.
He's the greatest.
So both of them are like GOAT stats
already, and like probably top 10 of all time. Like
both of them are GOAT stats.
Point guards. So some people put I might be one of those people that put Steph like 2 or 3 right there near the top.
Yeah, near Magic.
Magic's 1. Steph might be 2 on my list.
Might be 2.
He's right there. Yeah, it's near the top. Yeah.
So that's why I say that's where your meme is. So people, if you're gonna post that, take that down because I just debunked that. Subway got Jared the hell out of there. They cut all ties with this dude. They haven't even looked back. Like they're like Jared could be in trial. They're like they not even. They like I don't fuck with you. If the
charges were dismissed against Jared, they still wouldn't have fucked with him. It's like
no,
damaged goods. Like we
we good.
You still might have did it just because just because it was dismissed. You still might have did that.
Right, just because you were found innocent doesn't mean you're not guilty. Yeah. It just means that the prosecution couldn't prove that you were guilty. That's all that means. If you're found innocent.
Yes. People forget that O.J. Simpson was he was an analyst for the NFL on NBC when all that shit happened. It's like, but nobody knows that nowadays. Like, who the fuck would hire O.J. Simpson and shit now? Like, he was a
famed actor because he was in all the Naked Gun movies. Like, he was a pretty good actor.
A couple of other things.
He was a pretty good actor because he was.
At the time, during the time when he was working for NBC, the same NBC that Ahmad Rashad and
Marv Albert, yes.
Marvin Mike and Hannah Storm, that same NBC. OJ was doing the NFL for that. He was working.
But that shows how good Marv Albert is that he got his job after his freaky deaky thing.
They got rid of him for like a little while, and then they quietly brought him back.
Marv was too good. Marv was too good. He was too good.
About 3 or 4 years, they got
rid of him a few years.
Like, go away, just lay low and shit, and then
lay low.
Yeah, we'll bring you back. And shit, yeah. But they did get him the fuck out of there when it first happened.
Right, they did.
Because like when Jordan's last shot in '98, Bob Costas is on the call. It's not Marv. Like, look at back. He's like, Jordan, Chicago with the lead. That's why you didn't get Jordan. Yes, like you didn't get that because Marv was fired. He was fired in '98. He was fired in '98.
Passing for 3, yes. Like, it was
still there. By '98, Bob Costas is on the call. They had fired.
It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Sorry, no disrespect. No disrespect to Bob, but
he's a great commentator, but he wasn't Marv.
He wasn't Marv. We love Marv.
But they got him the fuck out of there. Like, I think '97 is when that happened.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go. And then maybe like 2001, they brought him back quietly.
Like 0102, they brought him back. Like, come on, come back in. Like that.
They quietly brought him in.
Yeah, but so that's what we say. It's debunked. Your whole thing about that. Stop trying to make it be like.
It's Desmond. He actually posted. I'm gonna read it because I want to read it verbatim.
Verbatim.
So I like making fun of bullshit. Yeah. Hey, I found it.
You found it?
Yes. The post says, "I'm the only one who never really liked R. Kelly's music." Of course, course, I jump right in and said, R. Kelly's voice was always irritating to me. His writing and production ain't bad though. That's all he's felt. He could write his ass off, but yeah, like I never liked Kelly's voice though.
Great writer, great producer, very good musician because he played instruments. Very talented, But the voice was always like when people try to be like he was never going to be one of the greatest vocalists. Like let's name vocalists better than R. Kelly.
I'm about to before we do that, yeah. I don't want to. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but I'm gonna make fun of this fucking dude. He said, man, this guy is one of the greatest voices in R&B history.
And that's where I was like, okay, yeah, I jumped the gun a little bit on you. So the greatest voices in history. So Dead or Alive. I love Robocop. You're coming with me. Dead or Alive. Male vocalists. I could say, let's just say male, because I keep apples and apples. Male vocalists better than R. Kelly. Oz, who you got? Who your first one?
Michael Jackson. God damn it. Yeah.
Luther Vandross. Oh, Luther. Luther. Go again.
Stevie. God damn it.
Stevie. Okay. Marvin Gaye. Go again.
We already got 4 already.
We got 4.
Prince.
David Ruffin. Nobody come to see you, Otis. David Ruffin.
I know you want to leave me. Come on.
The Boys.
Let's stay in the Temptations. Dennis Edwards.
Hell, let's go the other way. Levi 4 Top. Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch. Let's go 4 times.
Let's go to new version of the Temptations, new edition. Johnny Gill, God damn it.
Johnny Gill got the vocals. He got the range. Who's the other one? Let's go back. Earth, Wind, Fire. Philip Bailey. Let's go back. Reasons.
Let's go back to that with the verses. Ron Isley, R. Kelly's mentor. Damn it.
Well. Drifting on a memory.
Whoa.
Let's go new school. Somebody who's highly underrated, who got mad vocals, Brian McKnight, highly underrated singer. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Beautiful.
I miss you.
So like we could keep on going.
Keep going. I'm not even warmed up yet and shit. What about the Godfather, James Brown? Goddamn.
Hey, I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. Hell, if we gonna stay in that range, Little Richard, wop, pop, a loo, bop, a wop, bam, boom, to the fruity, oh Rudy, to the fruity, oh Rudy,
to that.
Rita's a woo. He taught Paul McCartney to do that.
But which is true, the Beatles did really do that, and they saw. I think Paul admitted they did steal it from Little Richard. I think that actually
taught Paul McCartney to go.
They just didn't make that up. I think the Beatles said, "Yeah, we ripped them off." I think they admitted that they did rip them off. Yeah, that shit happened. I forget what song they did the win, but they really did. They said, "Yeah, we got that from Little Richard."
Hell, if we want to go white vocalist, Elton John.
Okay,
we could go white vocalist.
Okay,
Elton John's dope. I'm still standing. Ariana loves that song. She loves that because it was in the movie Sing. She loves that song. She loves it.
What about the velvet voice, Mr. Barry White? Let's go.
Yes. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna stop.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Since we're going deep voice, what about who's the black private dick who sexes all the chicks? Shaft. What about Mr. Isaac Hayes with the velvet
soundtracks? Well, Curtis Mayfield, Superfly.
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm
that nigga in the alley.
We had no business singing that song. We had no business singing Pusher Man. I didn't know what that song was about. I was just singing it and
we shouldn't have been watching Superfly, to be honest. Be honest. What the fuck?
My parents didn't care. My parents didn't care. In the 80s,
bought a pimp that snorted cocaine all day. That's the movie. Like, yeah, Superfly is the man. It's like watching that shit.
Oh, what about whatchamacallit? What about I said going new school again. Maxwell. Ooh, Fortunate. He killed that Fortunate. See, we still going. Yep. We still going. And we just talk about vocals, not saying like production or anything. That just If you just strip everything away and just
that
do
voice,
on
I'm going by what the guy said.
You said voice. Okay.
Greatest voices.
I lost count of how many voices I've counted.
We talking performance, that's a different thing, but we talking voices. No.
Just voice.
R. Kelly's voice was.
He's in John Legend range. Honestly, like I'm not being.
At least John Legend got an EGOT.
And John Legend's an EGOT, so I mean, there's that. He's an EGOT, so there's that. So I mean, he's about in that vocally.
He's in the album tour range and shit. That's where R. Kelly.
You want to be
off on your own, girl. Off on your own, girl.
Off on your own was the shit though. You want to be.
Got another voice for you. About two Dick Tank. Let's go, man.
Yeah, Tank got the vocals. Tank got the range. Tank can sing.
What about Black Tie?
I would say Mr. Tyrese Gibson. He's a fuck boy, but he can sing.
Yep. Tyrese is a fuck boy, and Tank says sucking dicks is not gay and shit, but they can sing, no, at least. They
can both sing. They both can really sing. Oh, if we go groups, what about Jazz and Drew Hill? Jazz had a beautiful voice in Drew Hill.
Okay.
Jazz could really sing. Like he had a very when I was listening to I Never Make a Promise. He had a beautiful voice, Jazz.
And in another group, what about KC from Jodeci?
KC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, going groups, Wanye Boyz II Men. Wanye can sing. He do all this when he sing, but he can actually sing. He just be his theatrics, but he actually can really sing.
Bottom line, we can go with this forever. So
yeah. So I mean, I think that we've successfully named several singers. And I didn't even touch Usher. Usher was murking him on Same Girl. Usher murked him. He did. Usher. He was Same Girl. Usher killed that. He did. So
Same Girl. What about Freddie Jackson? You are my lady.
If you had light, put your light in here like this. Yeah, but so let's call a spade. I mean, like you said, vocally, he was maybe like a C-. Vocally, maybe.
Dude made. He knew how to make some hit music, but I'm not gonna say he was a great singer though.
Yeah, and like we've said that about several singers that we like when we always say like a female vocalist be like a Sade. Like her music is amazing, but like vocally she doesn't have the strongest voice, but her music is amazing.
Yeah.
It is. I don't listen to Sade to be like, she ain't no Aretha Franklin, obviously.
And nobody's ever gonna say that girl can sing. Like nobody's
never said no one ever. Sade can blow, said no one ever. But her music it's a vibe. Like when you listen, like when I want to chill out, I put on some Sade.
Well, another one that's a great performer, average voice, Miss Jackson. It's like,
yeah.
She's crushing shit.
She hit the moves and she hit the moves when she do it. Yeah. But let's keep it into perspective. Like, I mean, like we keep on saying, if you want to listen, then listen. But don't keep on trying to diminish and be like, what he did to those girls, like you just go ignore it. Because if it was yours, if it was your child, if your child showed up with a grown-ass man, you would not look the other way. You would not. Because he was Robert Sylvester Kelly and he was very famous and very rich. That's why parents look the other way. People keep on, let the parents up. It's like after seeing the defense for R. Kelly, all these people defending him and trying to justify what he did, y'all would have been some of the same people who were sending your daughters over to him. Y'all would have, because that's why he was able to get away with it for so long. Because he gained that Robert, he just liked younger, because somebody, he just liked younger. No, those aren't women. Those are girls. He likes younger. No, those aren't women. They're children. They're not women. Like he has a problem. Like he should have got intervention and counseling like earlier. But we say another thing in the Black community, we don't take mental health. Well, we're starting to take it more seriously now, but back then we didn't take that seriously. We just did not.
One of the funniest R. Kelly moments I did see, I will say back during one of his concerts. I'm about to say something positive about R. Kelly. Wow. Yeah, one of the funniest things I did see is he like it was like he was performing and then like these thoughts had broke out into a fight or some shit like that. I don't know what happened, but a fight basically broke out in the audience and shit. Yeah. So R. Kelly, he sings for security and shit, which was fun. Like he basically he kept performing. He's like, security, motherfucking security. Yeah, he went to R. Kelly.
Needed on the left, on the left, on the left.
It was pretty hilarious. I'm like, okay, that was pretty good.
Funny.
He like, what is the R. Kelly mode?
No, because if you are performing, you should stay in character. Because when you're on stage, you're a character.
Especially
like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce.
A lot of money too. People spend a lot of money to see you and shit. So yeah, you gotta give them a show. Even if a fight breaks out, you gotta give them a show. Yeah. A fight did break out when I went and saw Jay-Z at the Blueprint show at Riviera.
Oh my Lord.
He was doing girls, and he never broke it. He just kept rapping. It's like he was looking, like watching the whole time. The security was like rushing him out. Yeah, he just kept going. Yeah,
I love girls. You
can see he was watching them, though, making sure they didn't come up on that goddamn stage. He definitely he didn't lose eye contact. Performing. No, he never broke performance.
You gotta make sure you're protected.
Watching him the whole time. No, yeah.
You gotta make sure you're protected.
Runs out of here and said, who the fuck fights during a concert, man? Especially you spend all that.
I'm like, that's so.
You spend all that money,
way to have a good
hundreds
time.
of dollars to get in this place and shit. Then you're gonna fight and get kicked out and shit.
And you're doing it to have a good time. It's like at a concert, you're supposed to be a concert comedy show, whatever the case may be. It's meant to be there to help you relax, to cool out.
I get why Chris Rock was like grand opening, grand closing. Like, yeah.
Like, what is this?
Who fights at a damn concert?
Very ghetto. Would not recommend. Very ghetto. 1 star. Like, who does that?
Are we done talking about this douchebag? Or do you got more?
Yeah, like it's like just stop with the defense. Stop with the silly comparisons. Trying to make it line. It's like no, he did that shit. We know he been doing this shit since the early 90s. Like everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. If they don't know personally, if it wasn't them personally, they know of somebody who has an R. Kelly story. And I have like 3 different people who've told me their R. Kelly stories that I can think of right now. Just 3 off the top of my head that told me R. Kelly stories.
I was there with day one and shit when the first one broke her story.
With the first one, yeah.
I was there.
So you had the inside track.
When she broke that story and said that R. Kelly was her band, and we like, yeah.
Because he was public announcement. He was give me that honey love. He was honey love back then. So it's like
little cute Aaliyah's got that vibe. It was like during that era and shit. Yeah. So yeah. So he was already known. He wasn't the R. Kelly that he would become in a few years, but he was pretty known even then. And she said that was her man. We're like, and then she was telling the truth the whole time.
And you guys were like 15 at the time.
It's a public break. I don't want to keep putting her out there.
Yeah, and you guys were like 15 or something at the time, right? You guys were kids.
Like that, yeah.
There's no way in hell.
Freshman, sophomore, something like that.
Well, R. Kelly, the age difference of R. Kelly over you and your age difference is like, there's no way in hell that, because you was like, R. Kelly would be up at your high school because you went to Kenwood. And there's no way in hell that he should have been up there because he's way older than you. Like, you guys don't have, like, you guys would not have had the same associates. You see what I mean? Because he was a lot older than you. He was a grown man. You were a teenager. So, yeah.
Well, let's stay in music right now. Talk about something other than R. Kelly and shit. Shout out to my girl Ashanti.
Oh baby.
Oh baby. Yeah, she one of the latest artists to like gain her masters. Congrats.
Yay! Good job.
Ashanti, like ever since she left Murder Inc., she's been independent. Like whatever year that was when she left, like 04 or 05, somewhere.
There's a lot of artists that have done that are independent artists now.
Been independent since then, and but yeah, finally she's gotten her music now. Yeah, so what she's going to do to celebrate, which is interesting, she's going to go in the studio and re-record her debut album.
Oh.
The one with see my days are gone without
you. That, baby, 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 baby.
So happy, baby.
I just watch it be but she's doing a little dance.
Yeah, she's re-recording that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so
yeah,
especially like she's definitely as matured as a singer since 2000. It was almost 20 years ago. So.
And that was like, and that would line up. I said if she goes in, depending on when she goes in, if she goes in 2022, then that would be 20 years later. Exactly.
20-year anniversary, like of the album coming out, plus her gaining control of her masters. She's gonna.
So that would be pretty cool. I'm for it.
And she's gonna re-record it. I'm like, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Good job, Ashanti.
Shout out Ashanti.
And she looks fab. And she looks fab too.
Yep. And Nelly definitely shot his shot trying to get her. You saw his eyes lit up at that Versus. He said he saw her at that Versus.
His eyes got, the wolf from
the Country Wolf, yeah. Red Riding Hood, yeah. Nelly was the Country Wolf from Red Riding Hood.
You knew exactly where I was going.
He was the country grammar wolf from Red Riding Hood. That's what he was. It's a country grammar wolf.
You knew exactly what I was trying to say. Like, you know, the wolf with Red Riding Hood.
Them eyes lit up. He saw her. He was like, "Oh shit!" He definitely went and got his hug.
Like I said, he was on a burner phone. He's left the chat when she said, "But I'm not." Ooh.
You know, he's single, yeah, but I am.
But I ain't.
Like, okay.
Nelly has left the chat.
He's like Theo when Robin Gibbons showed buttons his shirt up. It's like that.
And the Simpsons, well, that's the end of me. Like, that's the end of me right here.
I wonder if like Ashanti is dating Joyner Lucas, because there's a pretty hot and heavy video that she's in his latest video. And it wasn't no acting. Now they was all tonguing and shit. It's like I'm like that looked pretty real to me. So maybe that's her, man. I don't know. It could be Joyner Lucas.
Hey, I say, sis, whoever you dating, just keep your business to yourself. And then they
definitely had the tongues going in that video. I'm like,
and then if you guys do decide to take it that next, like if you guys get engaged or want to get married, whatever, then that's when you let people know. Oh, by the way, we just got married. That's when you let people in. Once you've already, keep people out your business. Keep people out.
Since we stand in the music lane, a couple of reboots, returns, I guess. I don't know what we would call these, but you saw Big Tigger says Rap City's coming back to BET. And Donnie Simpson says
I saw that.
Yeah, so
hi, I'm Donnie Simpson, and this is Video Soul.
That's especially the Video Soul one because
the Green Eye Bandit.
Not a lot of R&B out right now. I wonder how Video Soul would look in 2022 because that's probably when the show would launch, like after the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Wondered how a Video Soul would look. Like maybe he could be the one to put on some new artists. Like maybe he can
definitely
elevate some cats because like R&B is kind of it's kind of iffy right now. Yeah, hip hop pretty much dominates the charts. Like you have like a few R&B artists that peak like a SZA or like
her.
Her is like a few R&B artists that are able to like break through, but for the most part, R&B is pretty much dead at this point.
And then all the stuff sounds alike. It's like, and then like everything sounds like it's blurred lines, like rap. Like they all got that kind of auto-tuney mumble. Everybody kind of sounds the same.
Yeah, especially like certain artists. Like what is where'd you classify Doja Cat?
I was about to say her Doja Cat. I was thinking about her.
Is she a rapper? Like where'd you pull what?
Especially on that song.
Put Doja Cat in. That's a good.
Especially on that song Streets, the one with the put your head on my shoulder with the challenge, and she sings like first of all she sings in like one voice, then she sings in another voice, then she raps in another voice, and it's like, what is this? I mean, I like the song. I like the video too because Kofi was in it, but that's another story. But I had nothing to do with it.
Once with the Weeknd, you're right.
Yeah. But it kind of merges after a while. You just kind of be like,
is it rap? Is it R&B? Yeah.
Is it rap? Is it R&B?
Oh, like what would Video Soul look like in 2022? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Is they bringing back Soulja Boy? Why not bring back 106 in Park too? Shout out
Roxy. Not with Bow Wow.
Shout out Roxy and Terrence, baby. Some probably want Free and AJ. I had this discussion with my students the other day. It's like some were like team Free and AJ. Like I'm team Roxy and Terrence because Roxy's the homie.
Because you know Roxy.
Roxy and Terrence. Like Free and AJ had our originals, so yeah, like they Roxy and Terrence are like when I think 106 in Park, I think of Roxy and Terrence.
Definitely not. No one checking for Bow Wow. No Bow Wow.
Guy when Bow Wow and about the 7 other hosts. They had too many hosts on that show. It was like 5 people hosting one show. It was like,
what is this?
Come on. But no word on when any of these shows. I just made up the.
I'm intrigued.
That's not. That's just a rumor. The 106 in Park just made. But Rap City and Video Soul they both announced those are coming back. Yeah. 106.
Yeah, I would like to see some of the stuff I think can work, like the reboot. Because like BET did have some classic shows, like they had Teen Summit back in the day. They had some dope stuff. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see.
I hear possibly that's in the works too. Like this kind of out there. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that. Yeah. So I don't know if anything's going to materialize, but you know how some stuff could just be like, we're in a room and we're just talking, and then that would be a great idea, and then it just never materializes.
Yeah, stuff just it's an idea. It never gets past the idea phase.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do this, and then it just stalls and shit. Yeah. So I don't know yet. But what other let's talk about BET. What other shows should they bring back then? Yeah. I said 106 in Park. What else you got? You said Teen Summit.
I said Teen Summit.
You know what I don't want to bring? Don't bring back. Well, they could bring it back for another host hits from the street or something like that. Just don't.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that. Who in the hell left the gays over that show?
Shout out MC Marcus Chapman, who has episodes.
That's what I thought you were going
on VHS somewhere and shit. Yeah. or let's do the gag shows there. Hey, bring back Hell Date. Bring back Old Drama.
Why did somebody bring back the Comic View scene when she was like pregnant?
Or just bring back, that's a good one, Comic View. Like not with the fucking Miss Laura skits. Those were terrible. But yeah, Comic View would be
those were awful.
Yeah, those were awful. Miss Laura's Country Kitchen, whatever the fuck they were called. Pregnant. But I wouldn't mind a Comic View.
Yeah, a Comic View would work. I think
Comic View would
be It's a lot of good up and coming comedians now. It is. Like I actually just went to a
comic. I was talking about that with my students. It's like outside of the BET Awards, I don't think I watch anything on that network at all. I watch that like once a year. That's the only show I watch on BET. It's the BET Awards.
You know, I watch on BET.
Hip Hop Awards are coming up, so that's 2 shows. Okay.
You know where I watch on BET, and don't judge me.
What's up?
You know I watch. Whenever the 5 Heartbeats comes on BET, I watch it.
I guess you're going to say when Baby Boy airs too, you watch that too. 5 Heartbeats and Baby Boy. That's the only movie they were airing at one point was Baby Boy. And
they be airing the whatchamacallit. They air the Temptations. Every time the Temptations movie comes on, I watch it. Every time. Every time I watch it.
On the fucking Temptations, man.
And I watch the 5 Heartbeats every time it comes on too. Or the Jackson's American Dream.
And baby, I watch every time. God damn it. I won't let you shit on Jody, god damn it.
You black my eye too.
Too mad for. I hate you. Let's go, man.
For it, little nigga. Why was he so mean? Why was Snoop so mean to the child?
My son.
Why was he so mean to the kid? He was terrible.
Rodney was a
terrible person.
Rodney's one of the most savage characters in cinema history.
He cursed out the kid. He tried to rape the mom. He tried to kill the baby dad. He was crazy as hell.
Why? Yeah, they had to kill Rodney. They couldn't just. They had to kill him. That's the only way out. You had to kill him. You had to kill him. Yeah, you in the hood. You're not calling the police. Like they had to kill him. That's the only way to get rid of him. You had to kill. Because any other movie, they'd be like, yeah, why didn't they call the cops? Like, we're in the hood. That's why.
We're in the hood.
They had to kill him. That's pretty much that's the only way to get rid of Rodney. They had to kill him. But Rodney, but I'm interested. Yeah. What else you got? I got another music one. Yeah. This is
music. Might be a music episode.
Musical episode. I forgot even to. I'm not gonna mention this shit. I just thought about it. Had some tomfoolery about R. Kelly. I can skip it though and shit.
Oh.
Cosby's reaction to the R. Kelly verdict.
I saw that.
We can skip that.
I saw that. Yes.
My notes. Yeah.
The less said about that, the better.
Let's just skip that.
The less said about that, the better. Moving on.
Let's just skip that shit.
What's your other music thing?
The Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes,
has been announced. Woo! I'm excited because it's a
Gen X and millennials are like this.
Hip hop, baby. We got
Gen X and millennials. We like this
because it's in LA, so like the lineup makes so much sense when you think about that. You got Dr. Dre, you got Snoop Dogg, we just mentioned, you got Eminem, you got Mary J, and you got Kendrick. Like 3 West Coast legends already, and then you got Mary and M. It's like, yeah, so yeah. And this feels like a Dr. Dre heavy show. That's what it feels like.
It does.
Dr. Dre and friends, that's what it feels like.
And then when people are trying to say Mary J doesn't match with the line because that's I would not let you disrespect Mary J like
Family
that.
Affair?
Yeah, let's get it crunk. She did a little.
You know who produced that? Dr. Dre.
Dumbass. Her auntie. Yeah, go let me. The Mary J, you gotta hit that. You're not gonna disrespect Mary. Like y'all ain't gonna disrespect her. Mary's a legend. Y'all ain't gonna disrespect Mary J.
Would have thought that we'd have an all hip hop super like shout out Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Like Jay definitely he had something to do with this shit. It's like because Jay pretty much is in charge.
I'll let your boy.
Yeah. So Jay was the one that said, yeah, we getting hip hop and shit.
We doing this.
LA, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because like the what's the name? They had their moment. Yeah, we had the Latino moment a couple of years ago with J-Lo and Shakira.
Yeah, they killed it.
That was hip hop's turn. Yeah,
they killed it. Yeah,
they had their moment. Yeah, with Shakira, the little tongue thing that everybody went crazy over. Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
That was homage to her. Was she Iranian, Iraqi? I know she's half Middle Eastern. Yeah,
that's why something that they like when you really like you're getting in a vibe. You like there's something that they do. Yeah, it's like
yeah. Because I don't want to misrepresent her country that she's from. Like, because I know she's Colombian and she's Middle Eastern, and that was like her, paying that to her Middle Eastern culture. And people say, "Oh, what is this?" Like that's her Middle Eastern culture.
That was like, whoa. Of course, the guys say maybe I went somewhere else. Like, oh shit, what's Shakira doing?
No, that's her Middle Eastern culture. That's her culture.
She's in a zone. She's just feeling it. That's all that was. Feeling it.
And then I say this about J-Lo and Shakira. Can we say that 45 and 50-year-old women never look so good? Because they did that. But these women are both of a certain age, and they did that. They looked amazing.
Last year was The Weeknd with shout out Blinding Lights.
He made us dizzy. I don't know what I like The Weeknd. I fuck with The Weeknd. I like The Weeknd. I do, but
I like the song, the Blinded Lights song. I like
that was.
I'm blinded by the lights.
The thing that I like that came out of The Weeknd is when the memes that came out of that, because they said the best one that I related to because being of a certain age, they said when you go in the grocery store and they rearrange it, and then they had the blinded lights right around. Because like every so often grocery stores do arrange and rearrange. You'd be like, what the hell was it? The bread was here. Why is it over there now? Like, what are you doing? The Weeknd.
Well, you got me all excited. And I just started watching football again. Yeah, because that took a little break. Had nothing to do with cap and shit for those that think it's because of that shit. No, it's just Bears had a long period of suckage and shit like that.
And the Bears won today. Woo!
And yeah, Justin
Bears
started again. He had over 200 yards.
Marcus was happy. Marcus wore his Justin Fields jersey today, and
no, he had 120 yards. Okay, I thought he had over 200.
He was happy. He was like, Fields starting again. He's starting again. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because that is the thing. Yeah, it's like Fields or Dalton is a legitimate thing. It's like I say go with Fields. He's your guy of the future. And Dalton's on a 1-year deal, so he's not going to be here next year. So he won't
be around next year.
Get the rookie ready. That's my thing. Like let him get out there and get let him take his lumps and shit. Yeah, because he got sacked like 5-6 times, like last week, something like that. Like I think 8 times. He got sacked so many. I lost count. I want to say he got 8 sacks last week's game.
And he did really well today because I saw they was like earlier today they was like he's perfect. He's 4 for 4 with completion. Like he was doing his thing. Yeah, like he was out there showing that confidence and everything. So keep letting him do his thing.
Just for the record, I don't expect to see the Bears in this Super Bowl that's coming up. But the halftime show is gonna be fun. No,
we'll be watching the halftime show. We'll be watching the Super Bowl. We'll be watching it.
I watch every year. Yeah, that's like
We'll
even when my hiatus, I still would watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll be watching in our house. Yeah,
February 13th, live from SoFi Stadium, Cali.
Ready.
The lineup is going. How they go? I was going. What's Dre gonna do? What's the songs? What's I can see Snoop doing "Drop It Like It's Hot" because that's a signature song.
I said that they should do next episode, Dre and Snoop, because next episode.
I like it. Yeah. You can let Nate Dogg's verse play on the speaker.
Yeah,
you can let Nate Dogg's.
Yeah, I think that
Mary's definitely doing the Family Affair.
Family Affair.
You could go anywhere with M and shit.
Yeah. Nowadays, everybody want to talk, but they got something to say. But then sometimes I want to move the list. It's a bit gibberish because him and M. I'm just trying to think of songs like collabo songs that they had. So, yeah.
And Kendrick, what I would do and shit, but which he's probably not. We gonna be all right. I'll do that live at the Super Bowl. That'll be amazing. All my life I has to fight. Come on.
I like Kendrick. What's one that he could do?
Be humble or like he got hits, man.
Be humble. He might do
he can do something from the Black Panther soundtrack. He got all kinds
of might do
with that bullshit.
No, he might do I am a sinner. I probably sin. He'll probably do that one.
Yeah.
So Kill My Vibe. There you go. I can think of that. He might do that.
The remix, not if Jay came out, I'd lose it, man.
He could go,
Jay came out unannounced, that would be nuts and shit, but that's not gonna happen. It's like if Jay-Z is performing, it's gonna be heavily promoted and shit, you know that. Like
and then Bruno Mars is just gonna appear from the crowd because Bruno Mars just makes Super Bowl bear. Because Bruno Mars for a minute was at every Super Bowl. He just gonna appear from the crowd, like.
Little history lesson for those that don't know. You know how these Super Bowl halftime shows started. I'm gonna go back in time.
And Living Color.
About 30 years. We're gonna go back in time about 30 years to the date because Living Color started in 1990. So I think Super Bowl in 91 it happened. As Living Color decided we're gonna do a live episode of Living Color at halftime to counter program with the Super Bowl. Yeah.
But then the Super Bowl wasn't.
And Living Color was on Fox, which was new at the time. Fox had just debuted like 86, I think. And that was 1990. So it was like the network was less than 5 years old. It
was a pretty new.
They try to like put their name, get their name out there, put themselves on the map. So like they were like, so in Living Color, they did a live halftime show where like Men on Football was one of the skits.
Yes. Like, which they never would show again.
Much, yeah. Like I haven't seen the full episode since it originally aired.
Yeah.
Like the replays they cut
out. I played this game before when he's like grabbing the ball.
Cut out all the dirty parts, like on the fucking, because it was live. So like they said, what can you do? Fire us? Like, so they went for it.
Like the way he said, drop the soap, I'll get it.
Yeah. He just said, yeah.
I get it. Drop the soap, I'll get it.
A lot, like, I'll say, probably a couple million people probably switched over from the Super Bowl and checked out at Living Color. It was a big enough number to make people nervous. It's like, let's say it was like 2 million people that switched over or something like that. And Super Bowl, like with them commercials, like that's big money, I guess. And if people are watching in Living Color, they're not watching your Super Bowl commercial.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
$1 million for 60 seconds.
Yeah. And you switched over to watch another shoulder, and he's like, we can't have that again. So the following year in 92, in Living Color said, okay, it worked out. We're going to do it again.
We're going to do it again.
Live halftime show. Super Bowl was like, okay, yeah, you have your live halftime show, but you don't want to switch away from the Super Bowl because live at halftime, we got the king of pop, Michael Jackson.
So I did. And Michael Jackson, when he do Billie Jean, it just shuts everything down. Billie Jean
Of course, that second live in Living Color halftime show completely flopped and shit.
It did.
Nobody switched over.
Nobody watched it.
From like 2 million people switched over. Probably 2 people switched over.
Somebody like 2,000 people. 2,000.
Yeah. Everybody's
watching. The only people who switched were the Wayans family because it's about 2,000 of them. That's the only people who switched over.
Even some of them were probably watching Michael.
Everybody was like,
I can see Marlon like peeking watching Michael.
Damien Wayans was probably like,
yeah.
He's like.
And so that's what kicked it off. Like they had Michael Jackson at the halftime show that year, and pretty much back. After that's okay. We got to have somebody a big name every year.
Before that, they had like
halftime shows were just like
it was like ice skaters and shit like that, and
like the bands. It was like regular shit.
Well, like the dog, like that, the dog people doing the dog. Yeah, it was like very boring, yeah.
And it wasn't like the HBCU Battle of the Bands. It was just
the classics be lit.
Those be lit. It's like
we've seen Drumline. It
wasn't that band. It was like regular like old marching bands. Like
dun, dun. Like how Illinois look when they're marching. With the big hats.
It was that. That was the halftime show.
Turn and turn and turn. Sharp turn and turn.
For Michael Jackson and shit, that was the halftime shows. Yeah. And so Michael Jackson was the first big star. They said, okay, and this is like when Michael's his Dangerous album was out. So Michael
Black or White was out. Yeah.
Michael
is black, is white was out. Yeah.
That was out. He performed that at the Super Bowl. That's one of the songs he did. He did Black or White. He did Billie Jean. And I want to say Beat It. I know he did Heal the World too, because that was his for his charity. Because he had the people holding up the sign, the Heal the World sign. Like there was like there was audience participation. They like held up the signs. It was like the shape of the globe or some shit like that. Yeah. But it's basically that's what it was. So pretty dope right there. Are you frozen, kid? I think we lost the kid. I think we're frozen, kid. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah, I was saying.
It froze for a second, yeah. Because you were like this.
Yeah. And you were the same thing. You were like.
I was like.
Yeah. And I was like, am I talking to myself? Yeah, bro.
No, I heard every word you were saying. No, I was like, it's going to stabilize. And nah.
Wow, there it goes. Okay. Well, that's why Q to probably wrap this shit up. Then
they're saying get your asses off.
So that's it. Not another damn podcast.
Yes.
Musical edition we did. All music. Yeah. I had some other stuff that I skipped, but fuck those stories. Yeah. I appreciate each and every one of you supported Not Another Damn Podcast. 270 episode. Yeah. If you like what we're doing, give us a like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Get at us on your Amazon Alexa devices, and you can get at us on YouTube as well. Oh, got to get that right. Oh, yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
yeah, right.
All right, cool.
I'll be cheesy today.
I'll be goofy too then. Do it again. Let's do. I want to be goofy too. Yeah. And you frozen anyway, so I don't know what the hell is going on. So that's gonna be the thing. You being frozen. I don't know what's going on, kid, but I'm trying to wrap this damn thing up. Hopefully you come back before we get the hell up out of here. Well, if not, then you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. All of that good stuff as I wait for the kid to come back, because we are trying to wrap up Not Another Damn Podcast episode 227. Miss Ema626 is Naima's Instagram. I know that as well. And I forget the Facebook and all of that stuff. StraightGullyProductions.com is somewhere up in there. And for your blogs and your vibes, StraightGullyProductions.com. Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard, and that was Naima. And we will talk to you later. Bye. I'm gone.